Hi guys, it's Maaika Westen here, and I'm honored to be here with entrepreneur and filmmaker Shoieb Yunus. Thank you, Shoieb, for being here today.
Hi, Maaika. Thanks for having me.
So I wanted to ask you, you started off as an entrepreneur, you still are, and you eventually got into filmmaking. How did that whole thing come about?
I started off my career as a Silicon Valley technology person, and then later on in my career I moved on to marketing and management, and in 2001 I started my first company in the space of fingerprint security. And afterwards, in 2005, I started a film and television production company, Precept Productions. I've produced 2 feature films and a short documentary, and along with more than 100 hours of television programming.
Wow, growing up, did you know that you wanted to get into filmmaking, or is this something that you discovered?
Not at all. Actually, I've been a film enthusiast from the very beginning. I always liked and enjoyed movies, but I didn't know that one day I'll become a filmmaker.
Where do you get your stories from? What motivates you to create these various stories that you choose to, put in your films?
Actually, stories are all over the place. You just need to, have an eye. And many times I've just, read the newspaper and picked up something from there and developed it, or met some people and noticed something in their, in their life.
I've heard you say that filmmaking is more of a craft than an art. Explain that to me.
The business of filmmaking is primarily a craft, and craft is something that you can learn, and whether it's script writing or production or direction, it's definitely something that you can learn. There are certain techniques, methods, formulas, and template that's followed in the process, and you just learn it, and then you continue to develop and build on that and perfect the craft.
Like a formula.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you think your years as an entrepreneur here in Silicon Valley, has that helped prepare you to make films?
Filmmakers are entrepreneurs, so and production or direction or writing or any part of the process is just like being an entrepreneur. You have to learn, and then you have to innovate and come up with new ideas and implement it. Yes.
So I've seen your film, Streets of Karachi. It was amazing. Tell me a little bit about some of the other films you're working on.
Okay, so Streets of Karachi was the first one that I produced and directed, and I also wrote the script. And after that, I produced Two Mothers. It's an English feature film. It's in post right now. And after that, I did a short documentary. It's called Cemetery of the Lost Tribe. It's about a Jewish cemetery that exists in Karachi, Pakistan. Are
there any actors that you would love to work with in the future?
It's a progressive path for me, and I hope to work with some of the big names. Yes, definitely.
What advice would you give to young boys, girls, anyone who wants to get into filmmaking? 50-year-old grandmother who says, I want to be a filmmaker, I want to make this happen.
Yeah, so I think number one thing is you have to have a passion for films, and the second thing is you really need to learn the art and craft of the business. And if you have time, if you are young, you can afford to go to film school, go for it. But if you have passed that stage in your life, you can still take plenty of courses, and you can be a self-taught, and then just roll up your sleeve and do it.
Awesome. Shoieb, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure, and I know I'm going to see a lot of great work from you in the future.
Thank you very much, Maaika.
Thank you.